All right, what it do, everybody? It's your boy LG from Where There's Smoke. In recent, or should I say, in light of the recent live streams being taken down and ridiculed, I'm gonna try to do a pre-recorded video today, see how that goes. And I just want to do kind of a short one. Many of these pre-recorded videos are gonna be a lot shorter than the live streams, because like I was saying in the live stream, the last one, they got re-uploaded. Uh, I'm gonna try to do these little pre-recorded videos on individual topics, so they'll likely be shorter but more videos. So we'll see how that kind of goes. But as the title of this video is probably gonna be when I put it out, this is about Wemby and LeVar Ball, kind of two sports-related topics. I saw yesterday, which would have been what, Wednesday the 19th, that LeVar Ball had his foot amputated, and that was just way out of nowhere. And then today I was kind of chilling, eating a little lunch, and I saw that Wemby is going to be out. And for those of y'all who don't know, Victor Wembanyama for the Spurs, they're all-star player, second year player, real big on defense, and just overall looking to be hopefully a generational talent. Is out for the season now. So they say it's the second half of the season after All-Star break, but it's really like, I think they said like 30 games left. So they're more than halfway a little bit, because there's 82 games in a season. So let's go ahead and get into these topics. I got a few videos and articles, and I'll pause, give my take periodically. And if y'all have any thoughts, as always, get in the comments. Let me know what y'all are thinking about this stuff, and I'll present opinions as we're going through, and hopefully we'll get some topics for y'all to comment on. So let's just watch this. This is a Chris Smooth video. Hopefully I can watch a little bit of this without getting copyright.
Bad news for Spurs fans. Victor Wembanyama. He is out for the season. He's got a blood clot in his right shoulder, so they're shutting him down. And they found this out after All-Star weekend. He played in the All-Star game. He looked.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I just saw him play an All-Star game. He did the skills challenge with Chris Paul where he got disqualified. And in the All-Star game, he did have one dunk where he did like a pro hop, and then he kind of reached out and did a dunk. I almost might pull up that video here in a minute and see which hand he dunked with, because it did look like he exerted like a lot of pressure on whichever side it was on, and I almost want to say it was his right hand. So that would make sense if he has a something going on with his right shoulder and he like overextended. I don't know if that caused it or if that caused him to know about the injury, but I'll try to pull up that video and place it in here. That way we can kind of see what's going on with that.
Fine. But when he got back, they discovered this. So he's out. His numbers in his second season: 24 points per game, 11 rebounds, 1 steal, 3 blocks. and 3 3-pointers made. He becomes the first player in NBA history to average 3 blocks and 3 threes per.
But how genuine of an average do you consider that if he's not going to finish out the season and uphold that average? And also, as a fan of the Spurs, it's good to see they got a young, really good player last year, and he played last year and this year, and we're building on that. We have a good young core. I was excited for him to win Defensive Player of the Year, and even though the Spurs really still aren't that good record wise, I thought, okay, they got De'Aaron Fox around the trade deadline. Wemby's gonna win Defensive Player of the Year. They still have Vassell. They still have Keldon Johnson, who I really like. They still have Sohan. They still have Castle, and they have Fox now, and they have Chris Paul, and they have Wemby. Like, Chris Paul can kind of teach those young guys, and they can kind of learn from being together, and hopefully build on something next year. But now with Wemby being out, it's like it might give other guys time to shine and really grow and develop, but then they're gonna have to learn how to play with him well when he comes back, and it's just kind of disappointing. Ultimately, like I said, that he's not gonna finish out the season and have a shot at Defensive Player of the Year. So that's for me kind of disappointing as a fan.
Per game.
He still might get it. I don't know what the cutoff for how many games played you have to be eligible, but I feel like it's definitely going to open up the door for other people to win the award when he's not going to play the last 30 or whatever games, you know.
So that means the Spurs, they still were in the running for the playoffs. Maybe they could have made a late push. It would have been tough though, but with the trade, it was interesting. So they're going to have to wait until next season. Hopefully he comes back. He's 100%. They get to start with a full training camp, and hopefully they can get off to a good start and then make the playoffs, because they had to play catch up here after the trade. Their team definitely got better, but they were already having a losing season. So hopefully everything goes right next season and we see the bounce back. Let me know what you think in the comments section.
Let's read a couple articles real quick. See if we can get any extra information before we move on to the LeVar thing. Yeah, today was going to be the first day back. Everyone, uh, rather, the Spurs and the Hornets played yesterday on Wednesday, but all the other games kind of resumed today and tomorrow for whatever teams don't play today. But this is going to be the first regular season game back after the All-Star break, and they're just ruling Wemby out for the season. I think this was posted by the Spurs on X. The San Antonio Spurs today announced that Victor Wembanyama has been diagnosed with a deep vein thrombosis in his right shoulder. The condition was discovered when Wemby returned to San Antonio following the All-Star game in San Francisco. Wembanyama is expected to miss the remainder of the 2024-2025 regular season. The team will provide updates as appropriate. Was diagnosed a week after he returned from All-Star game. It's almost always treated with blood thinning medication, which typically precludes the player from participating in contact sports such as basketball. Athletes who are involved with contact sports are typically advised to avoid such medication because of the heightened chance of bleeding. As per Tom Osborne of the San Antonio News Express, the team is optimistic about Wembanyama's long-term health and that he will recover to play next season. The reigning Kia Rookie of the Year, Wembanyama, dazzled the 2023-2024 season, posting 21.4 points, 10.6 rebounds, 3.9 assists, and 3.6 blocks per game in 71 games with the Spurs. And that would have been last season. So he didn't play all 80 games or 82 games last season, and he's only going to play about 50 of the games this season. So a favorite for the Defensive Player of the Year award, Wembanyama is leading the NBA in blocked shots, 3.8, while also posting 24.3 points, 11 rebounds, and 3.7 assists per game. So his assists went down very slightly. His blocks went up very slightly. His rebounds went up about half a rebound a game, and his points went up about 3 points a game. He already has taken 403 three-pointers and blocked 176 shots this season. No player in NBA history has ever finished a season with those numbers, yet Wembanyama did it this season by the All-Star break.